And we welcome you inside West Ferris Intermediate School for the bronze medal game here today to be played against the Frontenac Falcons and Sacred Heart Crusaders. Both teams coming in ranked second and third, and I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Derek Lindeman. Once again here, we brought you the previous game against the Frontenac Falcons and the Chippewa Raiders, and we're here to give you this bronze medal game. So Derek, what are we expecting here before you go off to do some MC duties?
So we're expecting a very tight match. As earlier this tournament, both of these teams met up in a very heated three-set match that saw the Sacred Hearts win the third set by a score of 15-7. So expecting a lot more. Unfortunately, this isn't probably the color medal that neither of these teams want, but again, looking for a very entertaining match here tonight.
Well, we were saying off the air between the games, Derek, that you lose silver, but you win bronze. So this is a game that both teams are going to want to win for sure.
You always remember that last game.
Exactly.
What an exciting finish this is going to be to a senior volleyball championship here from North Bay, Ontario, as we bring you the bronze medal game.
And we'll be, of course, talking about it more during the broadcast, but what a great event this OFSAA event's been so far, as Derek is now leaving the broadcast momentarily to announce the teams here for this final game, and we'll turn the microphone over to him in the here at West Ferris Intermediate School. Again, a huge thank you to Derek Lindeman for announcing the two teams, and we'll get things going here for you very shortly. Of course, the winner of this game will be the bronze medal champions, and whoever between these, and we'll also keep you up to date from our broadcast partners at Chippewa, Bob Coles and Matt Sukram, who will be giving us up-to-date scores from the gold medal game between Crosley and, of course, the hometown Chippewa secondary school team. So it'll be definitely quite the match to watch for the North Bay fans in Chippewa. But we're happy that you're here at taking in the game from West Ferris with us, and we'll try to keep you up to date as much as possible.
So for me, this is going to be the third time taking a look at the Frontenac Falcons in elimination play. As I got the chance to call them last night as they took on the Adam Scott Lions in the quarterfinal match, and this morning calling them as they lost a heartbreaker to the Chippewa Raiders in 5 sets. I did get to see Sacred Heart a couple times yesterday, but not getting the opportunity to call any of their matches as the Frontenac team goes back to serve as Kevin Ross is going to get this bronze medal match underway. And unfortunately, a great service there as Mafrini isn't able to, it's now Kowak unable to handle the powerful serve of Ross, picking up that early point. Another big top spin serve. Legacy with the set as it's hammered down by Martin, but a good recovery by Frontenac. Again, a quick 2-ball set as it's turned over. Bolbine hammering it between the block and out in front of the outstretched arms of Jack Binkley.
This Falcons team looked very impressive against Chippewa. You know, they kept it pretty tight until the final set, really, when Chippewa came to play for that fifth and final set. But this Falcons team is very impressive.
Another good top spin serve and called in. A little delay on the call, and the referee calling the linesman over to get a clarification on the call. It's at the farthest point for us, so it's a little hard to see on that baby blue line going through the green key. And we're going to have a reserve as the line judge admitting to the referee that he didn't get a clear look at the ball. So the score remains 2-0. Xavier Legacy with the set. Out wide it goes as Wetlaufer nowhere to go, and Bolbine with the first attack for the Falcons here. And a free ball coming over. A quick set in the middle to McKenna and blocked there, but a nice dig setting up another free ball. And let's see if they can use it again as the quick goes up for McKenna again. Great dig there by Robert Legacy. And now again, 3 times in a row going back to McKenna. This time making no mistake, finding the court.
You had to think that at some point the Falcons were going to break through on that. They had 3 free balls sent their way, Derek. So it's just a matter of getting to that point to basically capitalize on those points. And that was something that they struggled with against Chippewa sometimes.
Cleaning up a little bit. And another ace serve there as that catches the sideline. So Kevin Ross out with 4 straight quick points for this Frontenac Falcons as they take an early 4-0 lead. Another hard topspin serve, unable to handle it, and 5 straight points to start this game for the Frontenacs.
Well, if you're the Frontenac Falcons, you couldn't have drawn it up any better than this type of start, Derek. What an impressive start for the Falcons.
And that was one of the things we questioned after that hard semifinal loss is how do you refocus and come back here and prepare for this bronze medal game? As they're picking up the first point is Cohan Martin getting the first point for the Sacred Heart side.
Well, you knew Sacred Heart was going to want to get on the board quickly after giving up 5 straight points, and they also lost quite the semifinal game as well.
A good block there as Martin Way getting up there with another block, but unfortunately the Sacred Heart squad unable to run that down off of the hands of that block. Got to talk yesterday to Sacred Heart coach Mike Ball. He has quite a few ties here in North Bay, playing his university ball for the Nipissing Lakers and actually getting to do one of his teaching placements right here at West Ferris High School. So he's very familiar with this gymnasium and what all this historical content has inside this gym. As we look around at all the numerous banners that have been won here for West Ferris. Tight set there to the backcourt for McKenna, and he follows through, striking the net as the call is being made there. So a little unlucky as McKenna's follow-through strikes the net.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me about the history in this building, Derek. I mean, you just go walk out and walk down the Hall of Fame hallway, and the pictures go back to the very first Trojans team here in this building, because if you remember, way back in the day, they started at Algonquin.
Yes, and I see the earliest banner up there is a 1968 banner for East-West champions.
That would have
67 actually right beside it.
That would have came from Algonquin at the time, because that's when they were still located at Algonquin, over the North Bay Composite School.
Ooh, good information there. Thank you, Courtney. I would never have noticed that, as the Frontenacs have a 7-4 lead here in this first set of the bronze medal game.
Yeah, just real quick to wrap up my West Ferris talk. This building itself didn't open until the mid to late 70s, so...
Play back underway here as a free ball goes, and let's see if the Falcons use it. Sent this side to Sedgwick, unfortunately not in his wheelhouse, as coming out of the backcourt was Martin, but a nice block there by the Falcons. Again, pushed out to Bobine, or Sedgwick, and unable to solve it is Ethan Smith as he blocks it, but goes straight down at his feet. As the Falcons now lead 8-4 in this first set. They will be playing a best of 5 here as McKenna's serve goes into the net. We talk about service being a key point because you don't want to give free points away by not having that serve go into the court and forcing your opponent to do anything with it. Cole with the set out here to Sedgwick. His hammer goes wide. Or long, he doesn't get that top spin and try and catch that back line as we now have an 8-6 lead.
Chippewa, an update from the gold medal game at Chippewa Secondary School. The Raiders currently have a 7-5 lead over Crosley.
Crosley hasn't really been challenged much as that block finds the sideline, and it's now a 1-point lead, 8-7, as the number 1 Crosley team in the gold medal batch is trailing the number 7 Chippewa Raiders, who had expectations that they were going to be there, but now we see it reality taking place as McKenna floating one just over top of that block, doing a great job recognizing the open space in behind it.
And what a fake out too by McKenna, just basically going up there looking like he was going to hammer it home, but instead just floating it over and getting it down, Derek.
Nice back set legacy to his brother Robert. Back set there for Ross, hammering it into the block. And now Kawak hammering it, but the Sacred Heart Crusaders unable to find a handle on it, and the Falcons go back serving with a 10-7 lead.
Considering how this game started, though, with having a 10-7 lead, Sacred Heart has done a good job of crawling back into it.
Yeah, as we mentioned, another service there. I keep wanting to say Liam Ross, Kevin Ross. Liam being the defenseman for the Sudbury Wolves. A little bit too much battalion hockey we've been talking, but it's Kevin Ross as the service let go, and it sails long. So exchange of service errors here still have the Frontenac Falcons leading by a score of 11-8. As we talked about previously, a lot of substitutions for this Frontenac's team as they like to sub guys in and out based on front court versus back court locations. The jump float serve being handled there by Xavier. Sent to the back court. Coming out of the back court was the Maffrini hammering it. And the ball comes down. Sorry, that was Cohen Martin coming out of the back court.
Well, not only that, but on the substitution front, you get everyone in there and they get into it and they touch the ball or something, and they get into game action, then they're more into the game as well. So it keeps everyone engaged.
It does, and it kind of lets players specialize in a certain area of their game, as we see a couple of the players come in just for backcourt presence for this Frontenac team. Xavier looking for Martin. A nice dig there off the hand of Ty Cole. Again, Xavier legacy setting his brother there, Robert, for the hit opportunity as Xavier puts it over with that left hand on 2. And now a quick set in the middle for Martin, making no mistake coming out of that middle hitting spot, putting it down as they close within 1 point.
Very impressive to come back after the start that Sacred Heart had.
Again, a lot of noise coming from both of these benches, keeping their teams trying to collect momentum as we see Martin now with the setting Xavier legacy. A little bit of a role reversal there, and unfortunate for Xavier, not able to find a court as it just sails wide. more of those substitutions, as we'll see Carson Fraser flip-flop with Clancy Johnson whenever it's turn for the back row position. Martin coming out of the left-hand side, hammers it into the block, but goes out of bounds. So point Sacred Heart. They stay within one. Deep serve, kept alive there, but Bolbine with the hit, hammered it into the block. Nice save there by Legacy, setting Martin up, who hammers it over on two, catching the Frontenacs a little off guard, not being able to put a block up for that one. We are deadlocked at 12 here in this first set of the bronze medal OFSAA AA Volleyball Championship. Kept alive, jump ball between Martin and McKenna. Martin getting the best of that, putting it with the left hand just down onto the court.
What a comeback so far for Sacred Heart, really being down 5-0, 6-1. Now it's 13-12 their lead.
Sending over a free ball. Let's see if the Sacred Heart Crusaders have anything to do. As Xavier sets it for his brother Robert in the back court, making no mistake, increasing their lead as the Frontenac Falcons have to use one of their timeouts here as they trail Sacred Heart 14-12 in this first set of the boys AA Volleyball Championship bronze medal game.
Well, Derek, it's a bit of a back-and-forth game so far, but it didn't start that way, as we've mentioned a couple of times now. It was all Falcons through the early beginning.
Yeah, the Falcons started quickly with a five quick serves by Kevin Ross, picking up 5 points. And that's what we talked about, is how momentum is so valuable in this game. I know it's a very intangible thing, and you don't see it. It's kind of a feeling that you get, and players go on rolls either with serves getting in, but most likely it's more with the setter getting in proper position and putting perfect balls for those hitters to let them go full speed at and an attack. And that's exactly what Sacred Heart has done, as Xavier Legacy has done a great job spreading the ball around his teammates. Ty Cole sending out wide for Boban, who makes no mistake hitting it past the outstretched arms of Martin, finding that open backcourt.
Another update from Chippewa. The Raiders currently lead 17-9, Derek, in that first set.
Great start from the Chippewa Raiders. They're looking to use that home court advantage, especially in their own gym, to get out early and hold on as they take on the number 1 seed, Crossley. Big serve there as Ross is serving again for the Falcons, and a net violation being called on the Sacred Heart squad. So let's see if Kevin Ross can reel off a couple points here for the Falcons. Nice hammer topspin serve. Unable to handle it was Joseph Nakawak, sending it into the referee stairs, in which he's standing upon here calling this game. A big shout out to the referees who have done an excellent job here at OFSAA. I've got the chance to talk to quite a few of them, and they've really enjoyed their time here in North Bay, and what a great setup that has been put on for them. As Cole sends it back for McKenna, unexpectedly had to make a late adjustment as a free ball being used. Quick set to McKenna, hammering it in as the block wasn't able to get up in time, as they now take a 16-14 lead as Kevin Ross to continue his hot serving here for the Falcons. More topspin action. Xavier Legacy with the set for Smith, making no mistake, going into the face of Kevin Ross, unable to make the dig on that hard hit.
16-15 for the lead for the Falcons so far, and like we said, they had to come back and dig out of some holes early against Chippewa in the semifinal game here at West Fairs. And
Ty Cole with the set, unable to do anything with it, so big set there as the hit off of Cohan Martin, making no mistake, just inside the line right in front of us, as a perfect set there by Xavier Legacy continues spreading the ball around perfectly. Ty Cole with the set for Bolbine into the hands of Martin, and now back to Bolbine. He's just going to send the free ball over Legacy with the set for his brother Robert. To the backcourt it goes. Now a quick in the middle as McKenna hits it long, just out of the past the end line here. And now momentum all in Sacred Heart as they have a 17-16 lead.
Just to finish my thought, Derek, just saying that they had to crawl out of a couple of holes against Chippewa, and they're now having to do so here as they were playing with the lead early.
Bolbine with the hit, trying to go cross court, and another hit by Spencer Bolbine sailing long, and it's 18-16 for the Sacred Heart Crusaders. Legacy with his serve, set for Bolbine, going cross court, and again long. 3 straight hits by the Frontenac sail long here.
20-12 now, that score for Chippewa on the first set.
Chippewa trying to run away with that first set over there in the gold medal match. Great updates there by our own Matt Sukram as the roof is closed there by Cohan Martin, closing it and shutting down the Frontenac attack as we see another timeout here taken by the Frontenac Falcons, trailing by 20-16.
You know, when we saw in that game against the Raiders that the Falcons really put those timeouts to their advantage, they would come out flying. I mean, there was one point where the Raiders had kind of run away with the first bit of the game. It was 14-7, and the Raiders ended up winning that set, but the Falcons outscored them after that timeout.
And that's one of the things that a timeout can be used for is to get a little bit of stop that momentum that is going your way, set up a quick play, and if you can get that first pass going, why not use it to run that play and try and catch the opposing team off guard and try and change that momentum and get it back as these two teams get excited coming back onto this court, making it very loud in here as no spectators allowed to be in here for this OFSAA championship.
Well, how could you not be excited if you're the players, right? This is what you've been playing for. Unfortunately, it's not the medal that you were playing for, but bronze medal is still a good consolation prize.
It definitely is. You always want to finish that match. For some of these kids, it's going to be their last time playing volleyball at this level. There's a lift violation being called there, getting that point back for the Falcons coming out of that timeout. So a lot of these kids might be their last volleyball match or even maybe an opportunity to make it to an OFSAA finals. As the serve unable to handle it is Joseph Nakawak as he puts it right down into his own court. And still serving is Spencer Bolbine for the Frontenac Falcons. Right back, he goes after Nakawak. A little tight, so a free ball, but pushed way back. Ty Cole with the set to the far side for Sedgwick. Goes cross side, but it's saved there by Nakawak. Again, another free ball. Let's see if they can use it. Back to Sedgwick. Again, hammering it, but kept alive. McKenna can't do anything with it, makes a mental mistake and throws it down on his own side as side out Sacred Heart. And they lead 21-18 in this first set of bronze medal action.
A little bit of a rally going on there too, and then just, of course, like you said, just trying to get it over the net, and he couldn't, and he hit his own net with it. So point to Sacred Heart.
And that serve goes long off the hands of Cohan Martin, one of the main contributors so far in the Sacred Heart attack. Now serving Andrew McKenna for the Frontenac Falcons. A nice float start right down the line. Xavier's feeding his brother Robert. Nice save there with the pancake McKenna. And Nokawa having to die for that one. And Cole is setting Bolbine. Big dig there with the one-arm stab, but it's being called off the roof as the one-hand stab by Martin, keeping the play alive there momentarily as we are now. 21-20 for the Sacred Heart Crusaders. Nice float serve, tight to the net as the set has to go back and push deep, and a diving or big leap by McKenna, keeping it alive here. Xavier Legacy to his brother Robert, off the block hand of Johnson, sending it out of bounds, getting the side out, and that very valuable point, as now they are only 3 points away from clinching this first set here.
And we've seen this Falcons team here a couple of times today, Derek, against Chippewa, where there was crunch time and they just couldn't get it over that hill.
Cole with the back set free ball coming over as it's going to be used by Legacy, setting up the big hammer there by Ethan Smith in the middle, making no mistake, hammering it into the block down at their feet.
This set is definitely the story of Sacred Heart coming back from that early hole. That was quite the comeback for them.
Another little miscommunication there. Bovine hammering it. Big block there as both Robert Legacy and Ethan Smith getting up there with Legacy doing most of the work, closing the door there, not allowing that ball to come through. 1 point now away from the first set. Deep serve. Cole with the set to Bovine, hammering it over the arms but kept alive as Martin digs the ball and sends a free over now. Let's see if they use it as Johnson gets set for the first time, using the block, picking up that point, side out, but now no room for errors. They trail 24-21 and are going to have to run the table here if they don't want to lose this first set.
And that's the thing, you literally cannot make a mistake at this point in the game.
Service right down the middle. Nice set by Xavier Legacy, but blocked there. And again, Robert Legacy as Bovine gets up there with the big block, shutting the door. 24-22, close first set, but again, trying to strive off that first set victory. Deep serve, let go, and it sails out. With that, the Sacred Heart Crusaders take the first set, 25-22, here at the West Ferris Gymnasium for this bronze medal action between the number 2 seed Sacred Heart Crusaders and the number 3 seed Frontenac Falcons.
What a great set to start off our afternoon game, Derek. You know, like we said, probably to start off the whole entire thing is the big story being Sacred Heart coming back. You know, like they were down 5-0 at one point and 6-1 after that, and then Sacred Heart really made a game out of it because it looked like the way that the Falcons started that they were going to run away with it.
Yeah, and you don't know what happens on that time off between the losing that semifinal match and trying to regroup and come back and get prepared for this bronze medal match. We know Sacred Heart fell in 3 straight sets to E.L. Crossley, and the Frontenac Falcons, they played a tight 5-set match against the Chippewa Raiders, and a big disappointment as you fall in 5 sets, eliminating your chance to go to that gold medal match.
Speaking of the Chippewa Raiders, they currently won their first set 25-14.
Good job by Chippewa picking up that first set. That's probably one of the most difficult sets there, and E.L. Crossley hasn't been challenged yet in this championship. Chippewa both teams running right through undefeated into this gold medal match, as they both went through pool action 4-0 and both winning quarterfinals and semifinal actions. But we were concerned about how well rested Chippewa would be after knowing that they went 5 sets mentally tough against such a strong Frontenac Falcon team right here at the West Ferris Gymnasium. Great to see volleyball action and great to see sports back in general for high school students. It's a big part of their lives, and you know what, student athletes, it's a big part of their growth.
I mean, you and I saw it about a couple of weeks ago with the NDA football finals. You were reffing, I was helping out on the TV broadcast, but you know, that was the first high school sporting event I had been to since before COVID, and really the first one that really many people could, because originally there was no parents allowed here in our area for a while, so it was good to see it. So just echoing your points, Derek, you know, it's good to see, you know, these guys out here, you know, and able to compete again and able to play these sports that they love again and, you know, get some fun back into their lives after a year and a bit of nothing.
Yeah, and it builds character. It builds character for later on in life. Like, a lot of these athletes, they have such great coaches, and the coaches mean so much to them. And a lot of these kids look up and use their coaches as role models, as looking what they do now as a teacher/coach. It's a tough life. Like, I know from a teacher perspective, I'm in the school board, they're paid to teach. Right, that's their big job, but
yeah,
the love of sport and what they can give back to these student athletes, it goes above and beyond the expectations of what you learn as a teacher in Teachers College.
Well, I can tell you right now, just real quick as we get back to the game, I remember there was 3 people at West Ferris that really helped me throughout my time, and that was Marla Sundstrom, the music teacher who's now at Chippewa, Larry Tugas, who was my baseball coach and of course a big part of the sporting community here, and Mr. Jewell, who was the auto body teacher, but he used to come along for high school trips all the time. So, You know what? And they do leave a lasting impression on your life, Derek.
They certainly do, and those are characteristics that, these students will carry with them for the rest of their lives, and experiences that you talk about throughout your lifespan here. As we see the Frontenacs getting a quick 2-1 lead here in this second set. Like, I know we talk about sports all the time, and a lot of your memories come back from playing baseball here at West Ferris with Larry Tugas, and he passes on stories to certain individuals who like to tell them on podcasts. But
yeah, we won't bring that one up.
But those are stories that you bring with you ever, and that's stories that these kids are going to be able to use as the Spencer Bullbine puts it down, called in on the line.
Yeah, it's funny because I ran into Larry, or Mr. Tugas, at the last battalion game, because he's the billet dad of Brandon Coe. And I said to him, thanks for telling Brandon that story, by the way. He says, I tell everybody that story.
So how hard is it for you to call him or Larry instead of Mr. Tugas?
It's very tough, actually. He was always, as, the Falcons pick up a 4-1 lead here, starting again hot. He was always Mr. Tugas, even when he was my baseball coach. Before he was my baseball coach of mosquito ball, and that was before he ever taught me, and he was still Mr. Tugas from day one.
And I'm sure Larry has his hand in on this OFSAA championship some way, as he's one of the big proponents of having high school competitions like this in North Bay. And he's a very strong, influential sports recognition person here in North Bay.
Well, all you need to do is walk across this wall right here, and you'll see the Trojan Athletes of the Year in Larry Tugas, 1978. Not that I'm trying to date you, Larry, if you're watching this.
Big set there, and hammered down by Cohan Martin, picking up where he left off in that first set, being used quite often in that middle position, making no mistake. As so far the Frontenac Falcons have had no answer for his play. Set there by Cole, feeding Bullbine, using the block as a tool in his box. They're using that touch to pick up a easy point here, as that ball was unretrievable, sailing off the back wall. And another service error by Andrew McKenna, putting it into the net. As the Sacred Heart Crusaders have a trail 6-3 here in this second set, making a substitution in the front court. We now see Ethan Smith coming in as a middle presence, as Spencer Bullbine makes no mistake. It's Carter Sedgwick making no mistake with that.
Well, Derek, they started off hot in the first set as well, so hopefully they can finish this out, as they kind of crumbled a little bit, and Sacred Heart was able to claw their way back in. So looking to see the Falcons try and continue this run and continue the hot streak, and Sacred Heart looking for an answer.
A little bit of a mishandle on the serve, forcing the Sacred Heart to run around and picking up another point, extending their lead to 8-3. Sorry about those mistakes. You take a quick look and you see that 9. There's the 3 big hitters for the Falcons. Spencer Bullbine, 9. Then you have Andrew McKenna, 29, and Carter Sedgwick, 19. 9 being that familiar number within all of those, as Colehan Martin unable to handle that serve, and it just rolls through his fingers as the Sacred Heart Crusaders take a timeout here, trailing the Frontenac Falcons by a score of 9-3.
Well, like we mentioned, the Falcons have used these timeouts to their advantage in other games, especially against Chippewa earlier this morning, and they've come out flying. And Sacred Heart right now reeling a little bit, just looking to try and stem the tide.
As we talked about here in the first matchup here, as the Frontenac Falcons had found themselves trailing 1-0 to Chippewa, they battled back in that second set to even it back up, and they find themselves trying to do the same thing here against the Sacred Heart Crusaders. as Frontenac comes out quickly from the timeout. Sacred Heart trying to use that whole timeout to try and set something up to kind of stall the momentum that the Falcons have at this moment.
I know they're from different areas, but the Frontenac Secondary School, you said, was from Kingston, and Sacred Heart being from Peterborough. Well, you know the Petes and Frontenacs in the OHL have a bit of a rivalry, so you got to imagine, even though they're from different districts, there's got to be a little bit of bragging rights in this game too.
Oh, I'm sure. As the big hit there off of Robert Legacy, Bolbine putting it into the sort of Sedgwick into the block. The back row hit there by Cohan Martin, and it comes down on this side of the net. So point Sacred Heart stopping the run.
Quick update from Chippewa. It's 14-7 for Crossley in the second set.
So again, Chippewa battling there, winning that first set as a service error takes Noah Wetlaufer and gives the momentum right back to the Frontenac Falcons as we see a couple substitutions here as Carter Sedgwick goes back to serve for the Falcons. The jump float serve handled there nicely. Back set there for Robert Legacy. Put over on one just tight, and the Falcons unable to do anything with. So trading points here midway through this second set. Set there for Boban. Saved there by Cohan Martin as it's hammered into the block. And again, the back row set hit there by Cohan Martin.
Apologies earlier. Sacred Heart is actually from Walkerton. So, Derek, for passing me along that information, you're fired.
Hey, first time today.
Anyways, yes, apologies. Walkerton.
Left handoff with Sacco into the block, and not finding the court. So we now have a 3-point deficit as the Sacred Heart Crusaders managed to get 2 quick points, trailing 10-7. Again, the left hand of Sacco just floating one over. Back row set again for Cohan Martin, hammering it from the back row. It's one of those things that there's a front line division line just about 3 meters off of the net, in which if you're in the back row, you're not allowed to play the ball if it's above the net in front of that line. So Cohan Martin making that leap from 3 meters back to strike that ball and doing an excellent job as the Frontenacs now take a timeout as the score is 10-9, Frontenac lead.
Yeah, Sacred Heart just kind of pouring it on a little bit in that last little bit, getting all the momentum. So the Falcons trying to stem the tide a little bit, Derek. And like we mentioned, we've seen it work effectively so far in certain games this today.
Yeah, they've used the timeout to try and swing the momentum, and it worked earlier in this set for the Sacred Heart Crusaders, and now the Frontenac team trying to do the exact same thing. And now, with a 10-9 lead, we know Frontenac has their back up against the wall, and they don't want to fall down 2-0 in this bronze medal game.
No, they definitely don't. And they didn't ever fall down, two sets to Chippewa today. Like they were able to break down, and when it was 1-0 Chippewa, they were able to get the second set. And then when it was 2-1, they were able to get the fourth set and force it to the fifth round. You don't want to be facing elimination all the time.
Bolbine with the feed, goes into the block, and a nice dig there by Sedgwick as Bolbine just sends a free ball over. Legacy sends it over with that left hand, catching the Frontenac Falcons maybe asleep a little bit, closing it to a 10-10 game here in the second set. Robert Legacy with the serve. Bolbine being fed into the hands of Xavier Legacy for the block. Now the left-hand roll shot by Sacco. Set up is Nokawak. Hammers it off McKenna, going up into the rafters here at the West Parish Gymnasium as it is 11-10 now, Sacred Heart.
Chippewa making a game out of it is 16-15 with Crossley.
Exciting matchup over there at Chippewa. As an exciting one is going on here as the Falcons and Crusaders are deadlocked at 11 as the swing by Ethan Smith unable to come over top of it, sending it off the back wall. So we're deadlocked at 11 here in the second set, seeing the Sacred Heart Crusaders leading 1-0. Bronze medal on the line here from West Ferris Trojan Gymnasium. Nice set there to the backcourt again for Martin. Sent over on a free ball is Bolbine. Legacy setting his brother Robert up in the backcourt. McKenna with the little touch over the net. Nice job there by Robert. Legacy seeing a miscommunication to capitalize as Bolbine hammers it cross court and out of bounds as we see Xavier Legacy coming right into our I was going to say living room, but into our court to try and play that back for his squad. Unfortunately, unable to do it.
You know what? Got to give him an A+ for effort, though.
Yeah. And there, a nice right-hand stab by himself to keep that one alive as McKenna on the quick set. Nice dig there in the backcourt by Wetlaufer. Bolbine with a hit off the fingertips of Smith. Now, Martin from the back row. Nice dig there by Sedgwick. And a free ball being sent over. Let's see if they can capitalize. Legacy with the back set. 1 foot jump there by Smith. Quick to McKenna. Just has to tip it. And now we see Sacred Heart trying to find it. Nice rally here. Bolbine with the swing down the line. In, catching that back corner as they now have a 2-point lead, 13-11 over the Sacred Heart Crusaders.
What a rally for the Frontenacs, or for the Falcons on that one. You know, just rally on both sides really, but the Falcons coming away with the big point.
Legacy trying to find his brother Robert in the back. And here we see the push set for Bolbine. A little too tight, unable to do anything with it, giving them a side out as the Sacred Heart Crusaders inch to within one.
You know, I want to say they're really looking for Bovine on that front line for the Falcons. And the front line of that of the Sacred Heart team has done a really good job of defending, you know, that hammer strike from them in this game so far. They've been like a brick wall almost on that side of the side of the net.
And it really, that whole right side of the Crusader team, especially Xavier Legacy, doing some excellent work trying to get up there and not allowing the Falcons to get any momentum off of that hitting off the left side. Tied at 13 here as a nice diving opportunity there by Carson Frazier, keeping that alive. Legacy setting Martin now in the front row, finding the open back corner, giving them a 1-point lead here in the second set. So Cohan Martin getting used quite often by this Sacred Heart squad, coming out of the backcourt and the front court, wherever he is. Xavier Legacy finding him as another service return error goes against the Frontenac Falcons as they now trail by 2. Nice little jump floater serve, let go, and that is called long. Just missing the line here in front of us. Big service error as it is now a 1-point game here as Kevin Ross goes back to serve. One of the best servers we've seen so far this evening.
Absolutely. Went on a 5-0 run earlier in the first set for the Falcons, and then, of course, the Falcons just couldn't close that set out.
Big top spin serve. Xavier sending it wide for Martin, but Andrew McKenna there, no match with the block, picking up a nice point for the Falcons, and we're deadlocked at 15. One of the few mistakes we've seen from Kevin Ross as that serve sails into the net.
Well, you don't want to give away points at any point in the game, of course, but you certainly don't want to give away points when your team is already down a set in a bronze medal game.
No, it's very difficult in such tight games like this. Cole with the set pushed out to Bolbine. He hammers it down. Great job there by Yargo Rowe job by Jack Brinkley trying to dig that out for the Crusaders.
Another scoreboard watch from our friends over at Chippewa. Matt Sukram saying it's 22-19 for Crossley.
Keeping a close eye on the gold medal match. Another service there, giving away another free point. Not making the Crusaders work for those points.
No. And when you make them not work for the points, of course, you know that's never a good sign. You don't want to give away points.
Little float serve right down the middle. Nice return. Set backwards for McKenna. A little behind him as he has to make a late adjustment. Now off the right-hand side is Robert Legacy hammering it down the line. Finding that line, and good try there by Carson Fraser. Unfortunately, just falling out of his reach as it is 18-16 Sacred Heart. A short serve there being capitalized as Sedgwick tips one. Good job there by the Pancake. Unfortunately, making a second touch with the ball being caught there by the watchful eye of the referee, just feet away from him. A late substitution as play had already been called in as McKenna was about to serve. Being halted there. Now have to rethinking his service game from the middle of the service line. Xavier Legacy pushing it out to his brother. Robert hammering it through the block, and the ball goes over the net, but out of bounds there as it's now 19-17 Crusaders.
Another substitution here coming for Sacred Heart, but yeah, that was a bit of a late one, and of course it disrupts the timing when your server's ready to go and has to stop as he's mid-launch.
And it was his own team making that late substitution as the Falcons send over a free ball for the Crusaders to use. Legacy with the back row set to Martin, making no mistake, off of the block of Johnson and into the court. They now take a 3-point lead. Sacred Heart trying to close this second set out as they're looking to go up 2-0 as the ace off of Cohan Martin rolls off the net cord and falls in as a timeout is taken by the Frontenac Falcons here with the Sacred Heart Crusaders leading by a score of 21-17.
Yeah, the game's just gotten away from the Falcons a little bit here, and like we said, we've seen them call timeouts before, especially against the Raiders where, it worked out and they were able to kind of turn things around, but you don't want to go down 2 sets like we mentioned earlier. It's a little bit tough when you're facing elimination for every game here on out.
It will make it a very difficult road for Frontenac to try and win this bronze medal, especially if they fall down 2, looking to need to run the table and win 3 straight sets. It's going to be an uphill climb, but right now this is an uphill climb just to try and get back into this second set, trailing by 4. Teams taking the court as Cohan Martin's going back to serve with a 4-point lead, 21-17. Crusaders lead the Falcons here late in the second set. Help call there by Cole. They're going to send over a free ball. Kennebec used. Legacy looking again backcourt. This time Martin hesitating and just using a roll shot, but a good job there by Clancy Johnson outweighting Martin and capitalizing and blocking that roll shot back into the Crusader faces. Xavier Legacy looking for his brother on the reverse block. Johnson again big on the block. A roll shot put over. Cole with the set pushed out to Sedgwick. He's looking for the line and doesn't find it as he hammers that out. 22-18. Crusaders only 3 points away from the second set.
Again, as you heard Derek say, they're only 3 points away from winning the second set, so every mistake is very much magnified.
And there's a mistake for the Sacred Heart Crusaders as that serve sails long. We have a 22-19 game here now as Sedgwick goes back to serve for the Falcons.
Crossley winning the second set, 26-24.
1 set apiece over there at Chippewa in that gold medal game. As we're battling here in the second set, as Robert Legacy hammers one over. Nice dig by McKenna. Ethan Cohan Martin coming out of the back court, and the ball falling in between 4-5 Falcons watching it hit the court as it's 23-19 here in the bronze medal match.
If you are looking for that gold medal game, of course, you can head on over to the Chippewa Raiders YouTube page, but we're quite happy to have you here for the ride right now.
That mistake setting up set point here in the second set for the Sacred Heart Crusaders, looking to take a stranglehold here in this bronze medal match. No room now at all for the Falcons. A little overset, taking advantage of it is Ethan Smith hammering it down here as that closes out the second set. Sacred Heart taking it 25-19 at the West Ferris Gymnasium. I'd like to thank you again for joining us here for all your awesome AA volleyball action coming from the West Ferris Gymnasium. North Bay has been a great host. I'm Derek Lindeman. I'm joined here by Courtney Kenny here at West Ferris. We're in a great matchup here in the bronze medal as Sacred Heart now is taking a 2-0 lead over the Frontenac Falcons, something the Falcons are not familiar with, being down often, but it's a big hole they find themselves in.
Yeah, now every game from here on out is an elimination game for them, or an elimination set, I should say. So, you don't want to go down and be down 2-0, but this is the hand that they're dealt with, so you have to deal with it. And hopefully they can find a way to turn things around for them. And for Sacred Heart, they've played really impressively here today, Derek. The Falcons go up big early in both sets that we've seen so far, and Sacred Heart has battled back, and, the defense has come through when they've needed it, and the offense is there to punch a ticket through and get some crucial points. And, of course, there have been some mistakes along the way and free points given up, so... But it's all about minimizing that, and so far Sacred Heart's done a good job of minimizing those.
And when you're looking at seedings coming into a tournament such as this, a 10-team tournament in which the organizers get together and look at the records and how they played amongst their own divisions and kind of seed them 1 to 10. But what a great job by the organizers, as if you look at between the 4 teams in the gold medal and the bronze medal match here, 3 of the top 4 seeds are still alive in medal competition. The one team being the host Chippewa Raiders, maybe a little overlooked with that 7 seed and making their way into gold medal game, but good on the organization committee to kind of get the seedings right here as we see number 2 Sacred Heart taking on the number 3 Frontenac Falcons here for this bronze medal.
It's crazy to think, too, that the number 2 team got beaten in 3 straight sets by the number 1 team. And now Chippewa, giving them a bit of a run for their money as well. So, we'll continue to keep an eye on that gold medal game. But enjoying this one here while we're at West Ferris.
Yeah, both teams taking the court as the Frontenac Falcons just about to come on the court here now for this third set, finding themselves down 2-0 here in the bronze medal match. Again, thank you for joining in to this live stream. I hope this has been really good experience for the parents and the fan support that weren't able to make the trip here and be here live inside the gymnasium, as the referee is going to check the substitutions and the players on the court to make sure that everyone is on that should be and that the positions are in their proper spots.
Well, this one could be for all the marbles. Well, it is for all the marbles because, if the Falcons don't win this, then it's game over and the bronze goes to Sacred Heart.
And again, this set we're going to see Kevin Ross starting it for the Frontenac squad. Last time we seen him start off the match set, he went on a 5-0 run to open up that first set this afternoon. The big top spin serve. Xavier Legacy running it down and looking to use the block, but unsuccessful as that goes out of bounds. And in this third set, the first point's going to go to the Frontenac squad. There's that top spin serve. Xavier Legacy looking for Martin, but the big block of McKenna going off of the head of Martin, coming back over. And now McKenna making no mistake on that meter ball, hammering it down into the court, opening up a 2-0 lead. But as we know, these early leads aren't really meaningless getting later on in the game.
They haven't been here for this championship game, that's for sure.
Big serve again by Kevin. Nice dig. Set there by Sedgwick, setting up Bullbine, his left side offset partner. Sent to the far side. A free ball coming over deep into the corner. McKenna setting up Bullbine into the deep court. Nice dig there as it's dug out by Jack Brinkley. A free ball. Let's see if Xavier Legacy can use it. Sends it a little too far out, and that ball is pushed outside the antenna by Noah Wetlaufer, and it's now 3-0.
I know you mentioned it earlier, Derek, but a little bit too much OHL ingrained in you, with the Sudbury Wolves defenseman Liam Ross.
Yes, Kevin Ross with the serves for the Frontenacs. As that is let go and ruled out. Another late call by the lines judge, but out is the call, and that's the first point for the Sacred Heart side.
Of course, one thing that hasn't changed, though, is we mentioned this in the first game, calling a game against the Frontenac team.
It seems to be quite often, as that is hit by Boban. Some miscommunication there, as nobody really knew who was going to take that ball. A late-minute effort by Martin, unsuccessful, as side-out point Frontenacs. Big serve there off of Bullbine. Legacy looking for his brother. Hammered down by Robert, but a nice dig. Unable to control it was Carson Frazier of the Frontenac squad.
Another substitute, and this is two teams here that really enjoy their substitute, Derek.
Taking advantage of those unlimited substitutions here, trying to get everyone involved as it's pushed out to Sedgwick, but he hammers it straight down, maybe a little too low that set was, and Sedgwick unable to make a late adjustment, hammering it into the net. Being pushed out again for Sedgwick, hammering it through the hands of the middle block, put up by Ethan Smith and going to the court. Good job there by Sedgwick, picking up another point here. One of the leaders offensively for this Falcons team.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game against the Raiders this morning as well.
A little short set there, late adjustment, just sending it over. And now trying to use Sedgwick again, just going to have to bump it over. A set for the back court by Martin. He's just going to push one, trying to get it deep. Again, Sedgwick just tipping it past. A free ball as Martin rolls one over with that little roll shot. Boban with a nice hit as a perfect set by Cole, but good job by Legacy running that down again. Feeding Boban again as he's been Sedgwick. This time hammering it out as it was not touched by any Sacred Heart players.
Couple of good rallies in this game, Derek, as well. You know, both teams not wanting to give any inches.
And unfortunately, sometimes it's the hard-hitting team that gets on the wrong side of those points. Again, Sedgwick trying to be fed here in this third set as Robert Legacy is just going to push one deep. Cole looking again, coming out of the backcourt. This time McKenna not able to get on top of that and sailing it long here as we have a 5-5 game as both of these teams are deadlocked in this third set.
So it's 9-9 in the third set over at Chippewa right now.
And the serve goes right into the net as the Frontenac squad pick up an easy point here as they make a couple adjustments.
Yes, so sorry, Derek. Yes, it's tied at 9 currently at Chippewa in that second set. Both teams have won a set, so it's tied at 1 apiece.
Yorgi Rowe is going to come in to give Ty Cole a little bit of a break here as he's been playing a lot of this match so far. Rowe with the big serve, sending it deep. Unable to control it is Robert Legacy as it goes off his fingers and up into the Raptors here at West Ferris Gymnasium. Nice little float serve as it's just pushed over the net by Smith. Legacy with the back set for his brother. Robert Legacy with the hammer. Johnson goes up for that just over set. Now Martin out of the back row and no block there, so easy hit there by Cohan Martin as he makes no mistake putting it into the middle of the court. So far, I think Cohen Martin would have to be my player of this match, of this bronze medal match. Being utilized everywhere. Sedgwick hammers it into the outstretched arms of Ethan Smith as he shuts down that roof, getting well over the net into Frontenac territory.
Yeah, those blocks by the Sacred Heart has done a really good job of stopping those overhead and hammer smashes.
They've got two big bodies there in that middle of the court there with Ethan Smith and Cohen Martin, who's currently in the back row, doing a lot of the damage. Ross now with his first hit, can't get any topspin on it, and it goes out the top back of the court as they find themselves now trailing 8-7 to the Sacred Heart Crusader team. Nice over bump. No. Now Kawak unable to capitalize on that over bump, just pushing it into the net for that side out. 8-8, we are tied up in this third set. Nice little float serve. Kind of take a little last minute adjustment as I saw it just go a little left as the prepare for that return of serve as Sedgwick gets the ace as he's looking for a ball here. I don't want to call out any volunteers.
No, that's fair.
She's doing a great job here. A lot of these players are just becoming accustomed to using this 3-ball system that they use here at OFSAA championships as they rotate balls in and out, as we are deadlocked here at 9 apiece as the Sacred Heart Crusaders go back to serve. And now another whistle as they're trying to find the ball down in the far side. Great job here, run by at the West Ferris Gym, as Sarah Pickles has been the teacher organizer from the FJ McElligott squad, helping out the Chippewa Raiders.
Yeah. Good job by Sarah Pickles, of course, doing a great job, you know, and Craig Nodwell, who's over at Chippewa right now. He was here this morning, of course, watching the Raiders as he kind of took it upon himself to get things going as well. So, but really a great job all around from a bunch of different people.
There's the big hit by Martin, but the roof is shot by Ross and McKenna. They're picking up the point. Just wanted another side note. When I didn't really, first time I met Sarah Pickles was here yesterday, and great support by her and her team, but the thing that stood out was she had these Christmas pickle earrings on. Put over by Ross with that right hand. Robert Legacy trying to just roll a shot here as the Falcons are trying to just keep that play alive. Set up, Martin's going to hit it over on a 2-set. Pushed out here for Bolbine. He uses the touch of the player, but a net violation called going against the Falcons, and another unfortunate event here as the Falcons are going to lose that point, and it's going to go in favor of the Sacred Heart Crusaders.
Sedgwick not a fan, so he goes over to the official to just get some clarification.
It was the down ref that stands down in front of the scorer's table, standing on the ground, making that net call violation. And unfortunately for Sacred Heart, unable to do anything with it as they return the air on a service mistake into the net.
Currently 17-11 for Chippewa in that gold medal game, the third set.
Set there, hammered into the block is number 13, Wetlau, for hammering it into the hands and out of bounds, as it's now 12-11 here for the Sacred Heart Crusaders. It's kind of an odd feeling sometimes when you're talking and then all of a sudden a hush falls over the gymnasium and you're like, should I be quiet too?
Yeah, because you know that everyone can hear you at that point, right?
Everyone's going to turn and look at us as we're just off of the back of the court, trying to stay out of the way. Nice dig there by McKenna as they have to, or sorry, Ross, as the ball has to go over on 2. And Martin finding his way past, but a nice dig there by Frazier. Again, Martin with a big hit. Beautiful dig by Sedgwick. Bolbine with the kill off the top of the fingertips. Set far side, but we have a lift call going against, or sorry, a net violation being called on Sacred Heart as the Frontenac team now sees the lead increase to 13-11.
Still a very tight game, and the Falcons looking to keep everything alive that they can, because if they lose this set, it's bronze medal for Sacred Heart.
And you go home with antique bronze. Using the net court was Legacy, rolling one over, and another whistle as a double hit called against the Frontenac Falcons. A little hard to see as the player had his back to us, and it would be really difficult to see on the webcam through all of that crowd. But it's 13-12, Frontenac Falcons with a third set lead. Bolbine putting over the roll shot. Using it, Robert Legacy trying to push one deep. Quick middle, there's the meter ball taken by McKenna off of the court, but a lift being called on that play. As the substitutions continue for both teams, subbing in and out of players consistently here in the sets. McKenna now back to serve for the Falcons. Right down the line he goes, unable to handle it, but it does make its way over. Cole using it, pushes out here for Sedgwick, goes off with the fingertips, but a good dig by Martin. Put over there by Wetlaufer, pushed out again for Sedgwick, this time hammering it down, but the ball comes down on the side of the Crusaders. 15-12, Frontenac lead.
Yeah, the Frontenac Falcons are doing everything, like I mentioned, in their power to try and stay alive, and they're just gritting this out right now.
They seem to always go to three of their targets as Legacy just tips one over. It's going to be pushed out as Bolbine retreats to get his footing in. Hammers it cross court, but a beautiful dig by Nokawak. And a free ball again, this time going to the middle for Johnson, trying to catch him off guard. Good dig again by Nolwalk. As it's come out of the backcourt was Martin. Fed back to Bolbine, trying to push one deep, forcing them to retreat. Set again for the backcourt. Nice hit there by Martin out of the backcourt. Bolbine again being fed crossfire. Another beautiful save by Nakawak. Again, Bolbine roll shot. Martin with the dig. Great rally here by both teams. Nice block by Sedgwick. Pushed out to the far side. Dig by Ross. Sent again to Bolbine. He has to make a late adjustment. Quick set in the middle for Smith. Diving save by Ross. Hammered by Smith. Sailing a little wide. Probably, I would say, the best rally of the match so far. Seeing numerous big digs by either side.
Turning things back to Chippewa Secondary School. The Chippewa Raiders currently have a 21-14 lead in their third set.
Nice serve right down the line. Set to the backcourt, just rolled over by Nakawak. Set again for Sedgwick. Hammers it cross court. Beautiful dig there by Nakawak. And that ball is out as Andrew McKenna lets that go. Good recognition of his line space and knowing where he is on that court as Sacred Heart takes a timeout here as they trail 17-12 to the Frontenac Falcons.
You know, a bit of momentum's gone Frontenac's way this portion of the game, so the Sacred Heart Crusaders just trying to get some of that momentum back on their side, Derek. We'll see how it works out for them as, again, we've seen before the Falcons have done a good job of coming to these timeouts just raring to go.
But this time it's Sacred Heart trying to use it as that momentum stopper and trying to put the freeze to Andrew McKenna, who's been getting quite a few float serves over there, but they know that McKenna's been known to put a few into the net, and this would not be the time as they're trying to extend this and trying to win this third set as they're trying to claw their way back into this match. As we're here live from West Ferris Gymnasium for this bronze medal OFSAA AA Boys Volleyball Championships as the Sacred Heart Crusaders lead 2-0 over the Frontenac Falcons. It's been an exciting weekend, volleyball action concluding Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What a great job by Chippewa Raiders and all of their host staff here, bringing such a great championship to the North Bay area. Serve again, looking for Nakawak, put over on one, feeding Bolbine with that big cross serve, but Nakawak's putting it over, and this time it's Carter Sedgwick picking up a little bit of a miss overhit by putting it straight down, uncontested at the net. 18-12, Frontenac trail, or lead. This time served right down the middle. Backcourt again, Martin. Big return by McKenna, picking it up, trying to use it backcourt again from Martin. Good job by Johnson, this time getting up, but the return put by Ross off the rafters here. touching the green part of the roof, just over top of the net.
Yeah, that green part of the roof overhangs a little bit lower than the rest of the rafters because they can pull a door across to split this gym one of 3 ways.
Let's see if they can capitalize. Feeding Bobine a little too tight. This time going up left-handed, just tipping it over the block out of the outstretched diving hands of Xavier Legacy as they get the side out and pick up a point, 19-13, as Yogi Rojo goes back to serve for the Falcons. A little bit of a mistake there, catching it a little too high on his fingertips, not getting anything on it and putting it into the net. 19-14, Robert Legacy back to serve. Nice little deep serve there, put up. Rowe with the set for Ross, off the fingertips and out the back of the court, unable to do anything with it as Sacred Heart, 2014, 5 points away from clawing back into this third set, into the match. They trail 2-0. The jump float serve out of the backcourt. Xavier Legacy setting it backcourt for Martin, off of the hands of Johnson, and unfortunately just falling to the ground in the Frontenac side of the court.
Both teams, it seems like they can't get anything going when they have the ball to serve. They keep giving it up to the other team, but they've been trading points here a little bit the last little bit.
Frontenac will be happy with trading points as they have a 5-point lead, knowing that trading points, they'll still be able to come away with that victory as Rowe sets up for Bobine. He tries to roll one into the backcourt, kept alive there. Free ball coming over as Martin sends one deep into the court. Rowe with the quick, goes outside the Bobine, hammering it before the block can get set up, and it's called in. 21-15 now. Frontenac Falcons lead as Carson Fraser now comes in to serve for the Falcons. Gets the ball from the Volunteer just in front of us. Deep serve there. Xavier Legacy pushing it outside for Martin, making no mistake as there was a single block put up there, and making no mistake cross court, finding the center of the court. Martin having tons of success when he has that open lane to cut the ball around one blocker. Now McKenna quick in the middle, off the fingertips of Martin. He sets it, just sends it over. Rowe again sends it behind him now for Ross. Kept alive there, diving by Legacy on the pancake, but he touches it a second time. So there's the whistle, 22-16. Falcons now 3 points away from victory.
You know, good effort on the pancake, though, just touching it twice. So, however, we obviously know that's a no-go. So, but I got to say, what a great effort regardless.
Pancake has become one of those big terms now, as it looks so easy, sliding your hand underneath the ball and just allowing the momentum. You kind of want to cup your hand a little bit so that it takes the momentum of closing that cup and rebounding the ball straight back up. As McKenna with a big block, picking up a point. Now 23-16, 2 points from winning this third set.
Of course, we joke about pancakes, but they're a normal thing that we like to put on our maple syrup on, but we also enjoy putting our Long's maple syrup on anything, Derek.
Hey, shout out to Ben Long and his family there at Long's Maple Syrup. As that serve is ruled in, catching the sideline. Frontenac's 1 point away from this third set.
Chippewa taking, they're up 2-1 now as they won 25-16 over Crossley.
Quite exciting over there as the 7th seed Chippewa Raiders lead the number 1 seed, E.L. Crossley. Legacy putting it through the middle with Martin on the quick. Sent out here for Bobine. Can he close out the match? Free ball coming over. A little bit of adjustment as Robert Legacy. Cole taking it off the net. Sent over. Late reaction there by McKenna. Capitalizing Martin. Hammering it down. Nice dig. Unfortunately, off of the arms of Kevin Ross. That goes up to find the rafters. But on a positive note, you're going to get a serve here for a chance to have a victory. Sacred Heart going to have to go on a run if they want to win this third set, as any mistake now will give the game to the Falcons. Set quickly to McKenna. He just carries one over, and it's being called a lift. And with that, the Frontenacs take set 3, 25-17, as they cut into this lead, now trailing Sacred Heart 2-1, with the 4 set coming up here from West Ferris Gymnasium. We're bringing you the bronze medal game on the West Ferris YouTube channel, as all of your action has been live streamed on both West Ferris and Chippewa YouTube channels. What a great opportunity here to, unfortunately for fans not being able to be here, able to still watch all of the action from their living room, office, computer, wherever you can set up a computer. And thank you to Courtney, Kenny, and Matt Sukram of setting things up here that we can bring you some audio for the elimination games, quarterfinals, semifinals. They were here for all 4 of those games, both at West Ferris and Chippewa. Big shout out to Courtney, Kenny, Matt Sukram, and all of his team that put in a hard effort with the Frontline podcast and Frontline broadcast, game day broadcast for the North Bay Battalion.
Well, thank you so much for the shout out, Derek, but we couldn't be doing it without you or Bob Coles or Jamie McKee or Mike Brown or even Ben Long, who all our wonderful volunteers so far to this point to help us kind of get this broadcast going and get it underway. And of course, as we mentioned, Sarah Pickles. If only her taste in guys was a little bit better, as she is married to Matthew Sukram. But anyways, you know what? No, it's been a great time here for the past for the 2 games that I've been able to take in. And of course, I heard nothing but great things about Thursday and yesterday's games as well. So, and again, huge thanks to Craig Nodwell as well for getting things going and helping us out and talking to us about what he wanted to see and how we could try to make something happen that could encapsulate his vision for how he wanted these games to be broadcast. Because as you know, and as you listeners at home know, you can't be here in person, unfortunately. So he asked us to step up, and it was a no-brainer for us to come in and help out and try to get the word out to everyone at home as much as we could. So thank you to everyone that's helped us make this reality.
And I know for the time that I've been here over Friday and Saturday within the West Ferris Gymnasium, unfortunately I didn't spend any time at Chippewa, but I have not heard of even one glitch being into this system run by Craig Nodwell and his organizational crew. Sarah Pickles, like I said numerous times, has done a great job here at West Ferris, keeping the volunteers, the Lions people, the food, everything that goes on here at West Ferris on tab and on time. Everything's been on time, which is exceptionally well. And a great congratulations to Chippewa Raiders as they host this boys AA championship for OFSAA. Looking forward to hoping many more opportunities to coincide with North Bay putting on OFSAA events here in North Bay. It's hard right now with COVID and the restrictions where no fans, no audience is allowed to be in here. But we want to try and provide the best experience for these student athletes, and that's exactly what they are. They're student athletes. Students come first. Academics is the most important part of this this life for them so far in their early years. And you know what? It's great to see athletics being a big part of it again. As this 4th set now underway, back set for Bowmine, off the fingers of Legacy. Quick set in the middle. Martin unable to shut the door as Legacy puts it off the left hands of Martin down into the court. And they again pick up that first point as Kevin Ross now goes back to serve. Nice diving job by Legacy getting it over. Unfortunately, it just is out of bounds, falling a few feet wide in front of the Falcons bench. Nice serve there as it's set there for Smith. Cutting it right down in front of us as he makes no mistake with that big angle cross cut. Hammer time.
We're getting involved in the play now too, Derek.
Thank you, Courtney, for saving my life.
Don't you forget that when I call in the next favor.
Yeah, quick set in the middle. Nice block there by Martin. This time, Bovine making no mistake, putting it beside the outstretched hands of the block, coming down in the backcourt. Nowhere that the Crusaders could make a touch.
So an update in Chippewa. Crossley was leading the fourth set, 6-1. They now trail 10-7 to the Raiders.
Big time going on over there. As that serve sails long, and we've got a game here. 3-2. Falcons take an early lead. A lot of shouting coming out of the Crusader side. It's kind of, I don't really know if they're saying anything in particular. Set there for Martin. He just pushes one back in the deep corner where there's nobody waiting for that ball except for us as it finds open space.
I hope you're not thinking that we're even, because we aren't.
I'm getting a little nervous here. That's like 2 out of the last 3 that have come right into us. Sedgwick hammer kept alive by the chicken wing off of Cole. Sent over. Martin with trying that same spot, this time getting called on the push, being called as lift as he tries to plead his case. Unfortunately falling on deaf ears as it's 4-3. As the referee explaining it to where it occurred. He's saying it was a little above his head and he uses a pushing motion instead of a volley motion here as McKenna goes back. The serve, 4-3, Falcons lead. Xavier Legacy with the back set for Martin. Blocked there by Johnson as he celebrates one of his numerous. Well, that's his key part of the game is he's up there to take away that middle. Getting numerous blocks this afternoon, making it hard for the Crusaders to get it over the net. McKenna again working that right-hand side. Out of the backcourt, Robert Legacy coming down the left side, making no mistake. This time Johnson not able to close the roof over top of the net. Cole asking for help, sending over that free ball. Back set for Robert Legacy. Hammered into the block. Robert trying to make that dive. Unsuccessful as the ball just rolls off the court in front of the scorer stand. And that's another group that we want to give a big shout out to. And thank you to all the volunteers that have filled in here. Girls working the door, checking vaccination statuses and making them do their checks coming in. As a big hit there. 2 of the scorekeepers doing an excellent job on top of all the scoring. The ball girls working here. And everyone else that's involved bringing in this great OFSAA championship. Ross just tipping it over. Free ball there as Legacy sends it to the far side. Wet lift and the ball just over. Back to Robert. Tipped there by Sedgwick. Backcourt for Martin as he calls for it. Great job there for Johnson shutting that down. A free ball going to have to be put over. And a 4 double touch being called there by the Frontenac Falcons.
Yeah, it really takes a village, Derek, to really make these type of events really run smoothly, eh?
Yeah, I'm sure glad I didn't have to get to memorize all of the names here at West Ferris. I've probably seen an entourage of probably 15 girls wearing the red shirts, taking care of everything. I don't know how many volunteers wearing the gray organization committing shirts, doing an awesome job putting this all together as they've been live streaming from both Chippewa and West Ferris.
16-13 for Chippewa now.
Chippewa looking to close that out and capitalize and win a gold medal on home soil right there at the Chippewa Raider Gym. Set there as Robert Legacy gets set up, and that finds the court as McKenna has to make a quick decision, and he decides to let it go. Unfortunately, it stays in, catching the line. Deadlocked at 7 here. Rowe with the set here to Bolbine. Bolbine hammers it, but there to shut things down is Ethan Smith. Closing down that block, doing an excellent job taking away that cross-court shot.
They have been there almost every time to stop that attempt, and that's why we see Sacred Heart have a 2-1 lead in the sets right now.
It's been, unfortunately, one of the big things here is we see now setting up Ross on the right-hand side. Out of the backcourt again, Martin going between the block as he finds the court making no mistake. A big part of that offense for Sacred Heart.
It's now tied up 16-16 at Chippewa.
9-7 here, Sacred Heart Crusaders lead both on the scoreboard, 9-7 and 2-1 in sets. As a nice job by Bobine, hitting it over top of the block and catching the black line. 9-8, Falcons trail. I can only believe the energy going through the building over there at Chippewa, as we saw out of the semifinal match, how the bench, everyone getting involved, cheering on as Smith hammers one down, unable to control it is Frazier as it goes up into the rafters. We saw the energy on the bench of Chippewa and inching so closer to that gold medal as they have a 2-1 set lead over there.
Well, you and I headed over there too, and we were there at about 12:15ish just before this game, before we moved over to West Ferris, and just the energy, even just in the building of the players, and the media that was there, ready to catch that gold medal game. Just the energy alone in that building was incredible.
I know I was standing at the door as some of the volunteers were coming in, and they were asking them, "Are you here to volunteer?" And they're like, "No, we just want to see the action." As they're one of the few people that can get actually into that arena gymnasium and cheer on the home Chippewa Raider squad. Rowe trying to set it up a little too tight, just putting it over was Bobine. Legacy setting up his brother, Robert, rolling it down, and we have a net violation here as it goes against the Frontenac Falcons. 12-9. Sacred Heart opens up a 3-point lead.
Yeah, the Falcons bench not taking a bit of exception to that, kind of sarcastically clapping.
Set for Bobine, using that roll shot to try and get it deep and making it a little more difficult. Martin just forced to push one over. One hand set there. McKenna getting way up, directing it down, and being called on it this time for a directional lift, pushing it to the court. That's one of the first times I've seen him being called, but I've seen it numerous times from him. Rowe with the set, setting it out wide to Bobine. He sends it, catching the back line, 13-10.
20-18 for Chippewa now at Chippewa Secondary School over Crossley.
Good job there. Excellent work by Matt Sukram and Bob Coles bringing you that action on the Chippewa Raiders YouTube feed. A little bit of a free ball coming over here as Martin forces it deep. Rowe with the quick set for McKenna. Nice job getting up there as Whitelaffer making that block. Still alive here. Smith tips it just out of the reach. McKenna with the one touch, puts it over with the left hand. Again, Martin cutting one just out of the reach. Sedgwick with the big hit off of the block. Regroup, sent back court for Robert Legacy. Up there blocking Carter Sedgwick, but unfortunately not turning his hands in, and the ball goes out of bounds off of him. 14-10, Sacred Heart lead in this fourth set. Again,
if Sacred Heart closes this one out, they need 11 points. They win the bronze medal.
A rotation error as the Frontenac Falcons got out of position a little too early before the ball was hit. It's quite a lot of movement here upon service. You got to hold your position until the ball is struck before you go to your natural position.
21-18 now for Chippewa.
Sedgwick with the roll shot into the backcourt. Legacy having to go back to set it up for his brother. That's Xavier Legacy setting for his brother Robert. As Sedgwick hammers it into the block, coming down on his own side. And with that, Frontenac take a timeout, trailing 16-10 against the Sacred Heart Crusaders.
Chippewa 3 points away from a gold medal here at OFSAA. It's currently 22-18.
Quite the match here still going on as we're in this fourth set. Sacred Heart with a 16-10 lead. Frontenac trying to battle their back way into it as they trail 2-1. And that's the discussion. We got to start focusing on using the ball when we get free chances. Let's try. They have to work their offense through their three big men, three big hitters. And unfortunately, Sacred Heart being able to read those sets and getting across to take away any free shots.
The scoreboard update coming fast and furious You'd think it'd be Vin Diesel giving me the scoreboard update, but it's 23-19 for Chippewa right now, Derek.
Chippewa in the driver's seat there, as we talked about. If you can take care of getting quick side outs, it's a rally points system, so you win points on every serve. So if you can, no matter what, get that side out, you're guaranteed a point. So there we see a return error as it falls in. 17-10, Sacred Heart getting closer to this third set victory in the fourth set. Legacy with the big serve, quick set. Unfortunately, McKenna thought it was going to go behind him, so I have to make a late adjustment. Martin with the roll shot off of it. Set up for Sedgwick, hammering it. Great job there by Nalkawak. Again, trying to hit it right at him. This time, just out of his reach, as Carter Sedgwick hammers it a little too strong to be returned. Tight set there as Johnson goes up to make sure that nothing can be done with it, and the ball comes out underneath the court. 17-12. Falcons trying to get back into this. Xavier Legacy pushing it out for his brother Rob off the top of the block, sent over. Robert Legacy again set up on this time being on the right side. Cole sending it out to Sedgwick, hammers it into the block of Robert Legacy, shutting the door. 18-12, 7 points away from bronze medal.
Again, we said it here earlier that blocking defense of Sacred Heart has been fantastic in this game. Sedgwick keeps giving it a chance, but he can't get past them. Almost it feels like 8 out of 10 times they're going to block him well. And
just on that Lally of our own, we've seen Robert Legacy playing many different positions as he sets up the backcourt, hit by Martin, off of the hands and into the rafters. Talking about Robert Legacy again. We saw him with the initial hit from the left side. Then he goes to the right side, makes the hit, and then closing out the point with the big stuff down the line as he takes it away from Carter Sedgwick. Unable to handle that, goes off the hands of Kean Evans as it's 20-12 here from the West Ferris Gymnasium as boys bronze medal match getting a little bit louder here as the Falcons trying to cheer on their teammate. Bobine sending over a free ball. Xavier Legacy setting up the backcourt for Martin. And again, Sedgwick allowed to hit off the fingertips. Ethan Smith setting up the block. A free ball. Let's see what happens here as it's set again to Sedgwick. Again, the cross court being taken, but the roll off of the net court falls in, just going down the net and staying in here. 20-13. Falcons need to go on a run. There's another pancake for McKenna, keeping it alive. Free ball sent over. Xavier Legacy's pushing it outside. Wetlaufer hits it into the over. Johnson taking advantage of that overset here, picking up another point.
Well, we have the OFSAA champions, and it's the Chippewa Raiders winning 25-19 at their own court. So great for the Chippewa Raiders. Congratulations.
Closing it out in 4 sets. Number 1 seed upsetting the number 1 seed as Martin coming again out of that big back row. That's his favorite spot, making numerous kills from back there.
Yes, very impressive for Chippewa, coming in as the 7th seed to defeat the number 1 seed in that game on their own home court. So great to see, and you got to feel good for all those kids, especially the ones that came back for a 5th year.
And I know, talking to their head coach earlier, they lost their first game of the season to the Scholar Hall Bears and haven't lost since. Running off 9 straight in league play and then going 6-7-0 in this championship to win it here, as the bronze medal still yet to be excited, but with a timeout taken by the Frontenac Falcons, they are only down 22-14.
It is looking a little dire for the Falcons here in this game, and they're looking to reset here after this timeout and stem the tide of Sacred Heart's momentum. But, again, great for the Chippewa Raiders. It's good to see them win that. And, it's great to see. Well, it's great to see them win that. Really, they came here and played a great game, and it was a really tight game. Went to 5 sets against these Frontenac Falcons, and then Sacred Heart losing in 3 sets to Crossley earlier today. So, and Sacred Hearts looked really good in this game as well, in these games as well, and they're just 3 points away from closing out the bronze medal.
No, and I know we were asked over lunch if the Chippewa game was really any tension-filled, but unfortunately, Chippewa never really fell behind. They took a lead early in that 5th set, and really, I don't think they were even stressed at all going through those 5 sets, knowing that they led almost the entire way. As now, Sacred Heart is 3 points away from clinching the bronze medal. Nice deep serve there. McKinnon trying to get things, but a free ball sent over. Robert Legacy, nice set there out of the backcourt again. Martin hammering it. 23-14 as there is no stopping Cohen Martin coming out of that back row. Player of this match, definitely for sure for me. No matter where he was located, making a lot of big hits. Sedgwick trying to capitalize. Nice dig there, unable to get it back over as the Crusaders, but they still hold a 23-15 lead here. So when you're ahead by 8, you just want to take care of your opponent's service game. Let them make mistakes and see if you can get that perfect pass to get back into this. There's that perfect first pass, allowing an easy set, Xavier Legacy, but not being hammered as Bobine trying to get something going here. Quick set into the middle for Smith. Well dug up. Bobine on the hammer. Blocked there as it's closed down by Ethan Smith. Again, Bobine with the deep. This time unable to be returned, and they cut more into this lead. That's exactly what the Falcons need, is to go on a run and try and cut into this lead as the Crusaders find themselves needing only 2 points. Xavier Legacy setting it to the back behind him. Cole setting Bobine up. Big hammer, but well blocked and retrieved. A free ball off of that roll, catching in the net court. McKenna making a late adjustment. Ross hammering it from the right-hand side. Again, Smith out of the back. Cohen Martin out of the back line. Nice block. Well dug with that left-hand chicken wing. Sent over. Quick set in the middle, but unable to come up with it. But a great sending out that chicken wing by Spencer Bobine, keeping that point alive. Did you ever think I'd bring chicken wing into this?
Well, Derek, it is you. So I figured chicken wing would make an appearance at some point, as that's one of your favorite foods. That's what I've gathered anyways.
Robert Legacy rolling one over. Cole with the set over here. The Bobine going cross court. A little too strong. No touch on the call as that goes out. 1 point away. Sacred Heart now only need 1 more point for a victory here in this bronze medal match. What an exciting match. Exciting time here for OFSAA Sports. Back on here after a year off for COVID. Bobine hammering it into the block. Great save there by Xavier Legacy. One last chance. The roll shot just out long, but nothing to worry about. Still only need 1 point. We need to see the serving specialist, Carson Frazier, come in. He needs to go on a big run here as the bronze medal is on the table. I seen them polishing in behind the scorer sheet. They've been brought out. Set here by Legacy. Set in the backcourt for Martin. And with that, there's it. Bronze medal, Sacred Heart Crusaders. They will be bringing the bronze medal back to Walkerton. What a great 4-set victory. Closing out the 4-set, 25-18 here at the West Ferris Gymnasium.
What a great game and great effort by both sides. Frontenac really giving it their all at the end and trying to really come together, but Sacred Heart just really pulling it off and coming together after a heartbreaking 3-set loss in the semifinals earlier today.
Taking a look at the medals and how they finished. Chippewa Raiders capturing the gold medal on home turf over at the Chippewa Gymnasium, capturing silver. E.L. Crossley, Capital taking the bronze medal right here at the West Ferris Gymnasium, 3-1, is the Sacred Heart Crusaders. And going home with the antique bronze is the Frontenac Falcons as we prepare for the medal celebrations or presentations. Sarah Pickles now doing the speech and congratulating everyone as medal presentation is about to begin. Great job by Craig Nowodwell and all his staff. Sarah Pickles doing a great job running the West Ferris area. First presentation is going to go to the Frontenac Falcons of Kingston. The antique bronze representing OFSAA. We'll take a quick rundown of their team as the presentation is being made. Head coach Krista Lackey going up to present the medals to her team. In no particular order, she's going to present the medals as they are lined up. I'm just going to run down the score sheet as presented alphabetically. Number 9, Spencer Bobine. Number 10, Ty Cole. Number 23, Kieran Evans. Number 22, Quinn Fowler. Number 4, Carson Frazier. Number 14, Clancy Johnson. Number 29, Andrew McKenna. Number 15, Kevin Ross. Number 17, Yargo Rowe. Number 8, Wyatt Sackle. Number 19, Carter Sedgwick. And number 11, William Vowles. And unfortunately, not able to be here is Brody Seitz, who got sick the day before the game. And especially, great job by the coaches, Krista Lackey and her staff, Morgan Tapscott and Stu Ross. What a great job by the Frontenac Falcons representing OFSAA here in North Bay for the NOSA Championships. So the AA Volleyball Championships have come to a close. And I know for Krista and her staff, it's been at least 25 years that a volleyball team has even made it to an OFSAA Championship. So a good job by her, and especially having to make those late adjustments with missing one of their starters, Brody Seitz. They finish up the roll call of Frontenac players. I just want to give a shout out to the stars, the big offensive stars of the team, Spencer Bobine, Carter Sedgwick, and Andrew McKenna. Especially some nice spreading out by Ty Cole, the setter, and some great blocking in the middle, Clancy Johnson. And a big round of applause for the Frontenac Falcons as they take the antique bronze here. And now the bronze medal presentation to the Sacred Heart Crusaders. As now the coach is being presented with the medals, as number 4, Carson Frazier, coming out to make the presentations to the 3 coaches. And a big round of applause for everyone that brought this team together and help out these student athletes. Big round of applause for Stu Ross as he accepts his antique bronze. And now getting the bronze medals is the Sacred Heart Crusaders representing Central West Ontario Secondary School Association and Walkerton, bringing in a close to this exciting season, capturing this OFSAA Championship. Winning bronze medal is number 17, Jack Binkley. Number 10, Mattis Dubé. Number 8, Robert Legacy. His brother, number 7, Xavier Legacy. Number 15, Benjamin Mafrini. Number 5, Cohen Martin. Number 4, Malachi Nangle. Number 3, Joseph Nakawak. Number 9, Ethan Smith. And number 13, Noah Wetleffer. And their coaching staff, they have listed Mike Ball as head coach, Julian Dunn, Mark Dunn, and Robert Legacy as assistant coaches. Congratulations to all. And I think the difference of the game to me was the hitting presence of Cohan Martin out of the back row, out of the front court, capturizing that bronze medal for the Sacred Heart Crusaders. I just want to say a special thank you to Courtney Kenny, myself, Derek Lindeman, for all the hard work here. Mike Brown, who joined us over at Chippewa, Matthew Sukram, Bob Coles, and to Ben Long, who worked hard to try and get things set up for here. And last night, I had the present. I was able to have Jamie Meeke join me. Thank you for this. It's been a wonderful time here as the OFSAA Championship, Boys AA Championships now close out from North Bay. Thank you, and have yourself a good evening.